Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're doing well. So I decided to come on and make some ephemera for my botanical journals. So I thought I'd just get around to making a whole heap of ephemera and then I'll see what will go into the journals. So I bought these loot bags from Coles a little while ago and they're horrible and they're all glossy and everything, but they were 20 cents for a pack of, I don't know, was it 5 or 10 or... I've got a bag here, 10. So they were really cheap. So I thought grab them and see what we can do with them. So when I stumbled across them again yesterday, I thought that's it. I'm going to try and do something with them. So I have been covering them. So I grabbed the old book pages. You could use your scrapbooking paper or digital kits or whatever, but you know, I have so many book pages. Figure it's good to use them up. So we'll get started. Now the first thing I want to do is I can't be bothered covering this on the inside fold there. So I'm going to glue that down together. So we'll start by doing that. So I hope you're all well. It's sunny here today, but it's still cold, about 11, 12 degrees, I think. So I'll probably be inside cleaning. Thought I'd better clean the bathroom today, so. I think the next few days are going to be a little bit warmer, getting up to about 15, so I think I'll get out in the garden then. Trying to avoid the news with all the riots and everything going on, and just craft through it. Wait and see whether we have a burst of new cases after everyone getting together. All right, so that's stuck those down. So the next thing I want to do is just cover what will be the front here. So I'm just going to take off the top of the page like that. Just folding the base down so I can get the whole front bit there. Now I'm not going to use the top part of the bag, that'll be getting cut off, so I'm not putting any glue up there. I might use those bits that I cut off for some other project. So just lining up the top of the page under the circle there. Now I want an overhang a little on both sides there. Now flip it over. I'm just going to take off this bottom piece of page. If I can. Yep, that'll do. And then I'm going to grab my scissors and just do... Oh, do I need to? I don't know if I... Yeah, I do. So if I turn it over, what I'll do is just fold it up like that, and that gives me a little crease here and here. And then if I turn it over, I'm just going to cut a triangle with that crease in the middle. You don't have to do all this, you can just do it the quick and easy way, but I like to make life difficult for myself. It will make sense as I go, hopefully. All right, so that's that part done. So now we need a bit to cover this area. And I'm just thinking, I think I will cover those first. So just let me get my tissue. I'm just going to use these little flaps here with a bit of glue just to fold over. Just finishes it off nicely by covering the edges. I'm not being very neat, as you can see, so don't have to be too pedantic about it. All right. Now, we'll get a bit for this. So again, I'll just take the title off. And then I want some overhang on both ends. So if I take it off about here, that should be good. Now my glue's going everywhere. Get a bit sick of opening and closing the glue so it doesn't go everywhere. So that we're going to stick over like that. So just glue this whole area. These bags are nice and sturdy, so it makes a really good sturdy pocket. So I'm just putting it on so it overhangs on the sides and the top and bottom. It's a bit crooked, but it'll... Yeah, that's not too bad, although what I should do, I always get it the wrong way. I want the text up the same way as at the front. It'll do. That's better. I always do that, fold it back that way and then think that's the front. But the front's the one that we've already covered, so. All right, so. Just trying to remember how I did this. Oh, yeah. So what I'll do now is take the corners off of this bottom bit, and then they'll fold neatly. And then we'll fold this front piece over like that. It just neatens up the edge here, which I think looks good. But as I said, you don't have to. It's just because of the colour of the and style of the bag. I don't really want much showing. So just stick that down. And then what I do also is create, we want to fold these bits over. So I do a little triangle here as well. Like a little wedge like that. So then we'll fold this side over. There goes my glue again. Do these little outside bits. Now we're leaving these outside flaps on the front there like that because in the end we're going to stick this part down to the front and then we'll fold them around the back. So next we will fold these flaps over. Just covers the sides here because it's quite bright there. Just grab my bone folder. Like so. All right. right, now the job is to cover the back. No, hang on. No, it's not. Now the job is to stick this up and fold those flaps around and then cover the back. I'm very particular. So we just want a little bit of glue. Help if I open it again. Down that side and down this side. And then stick that up to the front. That will create your little tuck in there. And then we've got these little flaps and way too much glue. And we just fold them over. So that sort of just makes things nice and neat. Again, too much glue. I hate it when my glue gets to that stage. I've just got tissue all over the top of my glue. On my fingers. All right. So that's the front pretty well done there. So now I just want to neaten up the back. Get this tissue off my fingers first because it's not the best look. So I'm just going to take the heading off of the page again. I think I've got 2 pages there. And stuff everywhere. Again, we just want to cover it up to where the circle is there. And the whole way down. You could sort of measure how big a piece you need and cut it down. That'd be probably neater than the way I'm doing it. So that's the back covered. And I just go and trim it off with the scissors. Got to be careful not to cut the bag though this way. So do a rough trim and then neaten up if I have to. Space doesn't look too bad. Now you can make these floating pockets, so it's up to you whether you want to embellish the back or not, depending on whether you're sticking it down or not. Just finish this off roughly. I can always neaten it up a bit afterwards. All right, so that's the basis of our paper bag pocket. Rid of my rubbish. So then I cut the top off. Now with the top, I did initially use like serrated edge scissors and make a nice pattern and that, but I actually like it almost better just cut straight. So just cut it straight for now. Try and cut it straight. Probably was straight, but then my book page probably isn't straight. That's all right. So there we've got our pocket. And then we've got this little tuck spot there. And there's the back, and it looks quite neat because we folded the edges over so you can't see the bag there or there. So then it's time to embellish. All right, so what I have been doing is I haven't used these and I've been hanging out to use them. They're the Tim Holtz Ideology collage paper, sort of like tissue paper. So I've been ripping into that, which has been heaps of fun. So I've got a few spare pieces here. So we don't need a lot. So I reckon I'll just make do with what we've got. I'm just going to rip a bit out of it. Figure where I want to put it. I think that looks nice up the top there. Just using my glue stick for this because it is tissue paper, so it sticks down really well with the glue stick. Sort of a cheats way of collaging really, because all the work's been done for you with the papers the way they are. That fits almost perfect there, so I'll just take another little nick off the bottom. Now, do I want any more? Got some little scrappy bits. Don't mind a bit of that down there. Get that bit off. You get tissue paper everywhere with this stuff. Every time you move anything, it blows around everywhere. All right, so that's that. So I'll just fix this up while we let the glue dry just a little bit. Get all of this mess out of the way. So I've got my archival ink here. And I have, it's just the Kaiser Craft Music Notes stamp. Ink that up a bit. I just like to get some of these bits that don't have the collage paper stamped up a little bit. There, that'll do. Let's wipe that off. And then I have some flower stickers which I got from AliExpress, I think, ages ago, and haven't been using, so it's about time I used them. I think this one's going to work well just there, so I might just use that one. I'll just grab my knife to help me get it off. Try not to let it curl on itself. Now we wanted it this way. About there, I reckon. And this last bit, just grab my bone folder so I can tuck this under there. Give it a rub down. Like that. And then my son stamped some labels for me and cut them out in the scan and cut the other day, which was heaps handy. So I've got these beautiful labels. The circle ones didn't cut very well on scan and cut, so I have to neaten those ones up. Might be nice with the circle one. Oh, it's nice with that one too. We'll just put that one on. since it's ready to go. So I've got my Distress Oxide ink here. Just going to ink the edges of this. And put it down and just darken the inside. It was done on antique sort of paper, so it's nice and vintage anyway, but I like it a bit murkier. So that'll go really nicely there. That. The last thing we need to do is give it a good ink. So just get a bit along here. Got some tissue paper there, that's not meant to be there. You could, if you wanted to, fold the book page over to the inside, just to have some book page over here, because it's quite white as well, I should say. Can't speak very well. I did just drag myself out of bed not long ago. I won't tell you what time it is in the afternoon. Won't tell you what time I went to bed either. But been enjoying staying up to the wee hours with my son, which has been nice. So there, I think these turn out really cool and they're so easy, but that Tim Holtz tissue paper just works so well for your collaging. So I think I grabbed this from Arnie Vera Scrap and Craft. So I'll show you the other ones that I made last night. So we've got that one. And then I've made that one. This one's got a different style label on it. That one's using one of the circle labels. So that was such a great way to use those loot bags. I mean, who would have thunk that you could turn, don't mind my English, turn something so like ghastly as this into something like that that you can use in your journal. So I've got another pack left of these, and I do have some stickers of people, so I might do some different ones with those and use up some more of the tissue paper. But that tissue paper is going to go a long way if I'm just using it in little bits like that. So love the way they turned out. Hope you guys do too. Have some inspiration and give it a go yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.